Welcome to spending quality time with your girl, Eposiziton. This is Heart to Heart with Eposiziton. Let's talk about it. Well, today we're going to be talking about friendship between married women and single women. How does that work? Well, a heart to heart with Eposiziton is always debatable, so it's going to be my opinion against everybody else's opinion. And like you all know, you can send me a message on my Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, so we can talk about it even more. Well, today we're talking about a topic that is one of those topics that have been over the years talked about. When I was growing up as a little girl, I always heard married women say, "We've advised single women to stay away from married women. Married women don't have no business with single women." Well, I want to talk about it because I don't feel that way. I'm a girl that loves friends. I feel like friends um, tend to make my world complete. It depends on every human being, but I'm just that girl that I've always loved friends to be around me. I remember when I had my daughter and I called my mom and I said, "Mommy, I just had a girl child." My mom said, "Oh my God, that is what I've always dreamt for you because you've always loved friends. So God has given you a little girl to be your best friend." And I tell you what, my daughter is my friend to an extent, but I still need my girlfriends to another extent. There are certain things that I can talk with my daughter, and there are certain things that I'm only comfortable to talk about it with my girlfriends. So there's a difference. And there's this thing that they always say, daughters and their moms being best friends. I don't know about that. I know about my daughter being a friend to me to an extent, but I also have to be mommy. I also have to have that line where I can discipline her as a mom. But that's entirely a different topic. We're going to talk about that on another episode. Today is about single women and married women. Well, single women, when we talk about single women, you have different categories of single women. Why do I say categories? Is because you have single women who have once been married, and due to some mishaps, their marriage did not work. And we have single women who are women that are single as a result of maybe the death of their husbands. Something happened and their husband was taken away by the Most High, so they had to become single. And we have women that are single because they've never been married. So those are three different categories of single women, the way I look at it. And being a married woman doesn't make you different from every other woman. You just have that addition that you have a plus one in your life, who is your husband. But to me, I feel like everybody has a place in everybody's life. Your husband has a place in your life, and your friends have a different place in your life. So before I got married, I was single. I was single for a long time because I got married, after I had gone through secondary school, high school, college. So I was single all those years. So, I mean, I got married. It doesn't mean that all my friends got married with me at the same time. I have my friends that were still single after I got married. And there's no way that I'm just going to draw a line and say they are no more my friends because I am now married and they are single. I don't think life works like that to me. Because my thing is, as a principled person, you should know how to draw the lines. Because a lot of people say, birds of the same feather flock together. So if you have friends that are single and they're telling you about their single life and all the fun they having being single, you might be tempted to do the same thing. I don't think so. I'm a girl that is very principled. And I feel like as a human being, we have to train ourselves to be very principled, where your friends don't just make you do things that you don't want to do. I always say that if somebody does something, it's something that they've always wanted to do, they just had maybe somebody who enabled them to do what they've always wanted to do. So if you're a married woman and your friends make you to do something you've never wanted to do, it means it's something that was in your head. You were just faking and putting that facade like you've never wanted to do that. So I don't believe in that whole narrative of single women not being friends with married women. I feel like as a married woman, you know what marriage is all about. You know your values, you know your principles, and you know how to draw the line to know that I don't have to do the same things that my friends are doing because they're single. As a single woman, they have the freedom to do things that they want to do the way they want to do it. But as a married woman, I have to consult with my husband. I have certain things that I can do as a married woman because I'm not free, I'm not single. So there's no way I'm just going to operate like a single woman. So you draw the line. But for you to sit and say, I'm going to cut off all my friends that are single because I'm now a married woman, how absurd. Because like I said, there are different categories of single women. How about, I mean, we're not wishing for anything bad, but what if your marriage doesn't work and then you become single? So now you're going to go around and start looking for all your single friends? Are they going to receive you? I don't think so. If I was single and my friend who was married pushed me to the sideline and now they're married in a work and they want to come back for me, I don't think I'm going to accept them back because I feel like you're just being funny. You're not a real friend. A real friend sticks by their friends regardless of the odds. And the last time I checked, a lot of people's bridesmaids or, you know, maid of honors, most times are single women. So what are you going to do with them? After the wedding, you're just going to cut them off? You're going to stop picking their calls? Then you were a fake friend from the beginning. Marriage doesn't have to change your relationship with people. It only has to change the way you operate with them, which means that your relationships are still going to be your relationships, but the language, the conversations is what's going to change. Because certain things that you guys did before, you're going to automatically not be able to do those same things with them. And for good friends, they're not even going to bring that temptation to you. And that's why they say, know how to choose your friends. Because if you have friends that are good friends, that respect the fact that you're no more single, there are certain things that they're not even going to bring to your attention. You know, they're not going to even tempt you to say, can we do this? Or can we talk about this? Because they know that you're married. For example, the boyfriends that you kept before you got married. A single friend who wants to bring that again to start talking about those boyfriends with you, that's not a good friend. And sometimes friends make an error because they just feel like, oh, well, you know, it takes a while for them to get used to the idea that you're married. So if they bring conversations like that, it's your place to say, honey, I'm in a new place now in my life. Do you understand that? So conversations like that don't really tickle me. I'm not even interested to talk about it, about my past. That's my past. It's a past for a reason. I've moved on. Let's talk about what's going on now with my life. And I always say that as a married woman, there are certain things you don't share. It don't matter if you're dealing with other married women. Some things in your marriage have to be sacred. So regardless if you're talking to your single friend or you're talking to your married friend, there are some things that you don't share about your husband, about your relationship. You keep them to yourself. So I sit here today to say that I'm a girl that loves friends, and my single friends have never, ever determined my decisions or changed the way I operate. I just know how to deal with them and know how our conversations go. And the kind of friends that I keep, they know that I'm married, they respect the marriage institution, and they know the kind of conversations that we can carry. There are some conversations that they won't even bring it to me because they know that it's not okay. And as people, we should respect when our conversations with our friends start changing. Because for a friend that know that you're married, there are certain things that they might not feel comfortable to tell you, and don't push it. Don't push it because they might be respecting your marriage. So they don't want to tell you, oh, I have a date with A, I have a date with B. I mean, to me, it don't matter. I'm a very open girl. I don't judge people. I respect people's opinions and their values. But if you have a friend that you know is going to judge you because now they're married, they're just with one person, they don't go on dates, you might not want to share that with them because you don't want them to think that, oh, she's always going with different people. You're single. That's what single people do. They live their life. They do things the way they want to do without taking permission from nobody. So if you are not comfortable as a married woman to have those kind of conversations, or your friend doesn't feel comfortable to share their dates that they're going or the things that they're doing, you have to respect that. They're trying to respect the fact that you're now married and your life has changed and now you're operating on a different level. But to me, I sit here today to say that married or no married, your friends are your friends. You just have to know how you roll with your friends, the conversations, and how you guys operate. That whole thing of birds of the same feather flock together, it might be true to an extent. And I always say it's for people that are weak minds. Because for me, I have a mind of my own. A friend doesn't make me do what I don't want to do. My friends know that. I only do things that I want to do. If I do something, it's because I wanted to do it. It may have been in my head, but I didn't know how to go about it. But it's not because a friend made me do it. Well, I always say it's nice spending quality time with you guys, and bye for now.